Mindanao Hour, Bangon Marawi, with Presidential Spokesperson Ernesto Abella.
Good morning. Before we give updates on Bangon Marawi, we would like to congratulate Brigadier General Restituto Padilla on his new assignment as Deputy Chief of Staff for Plans, OJ-5 of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Sir.
Thank you, sir.
Ayun po yan.
Statement daw, sir. Statement muna.
First off, thank you very much, sir, and to all the members of your staff who are present here together with the Malacañang Press Corps. I can only guarantee giving my all for the job that I had, and I still was told by the Chief of Staff that I will perform being the spokesman for the Armed Forces and Martial Law in Mindanao. So you will still see me every now and then. Thank you.
Presidential Spokesperson, any statement about the Mindanao Hour and Bangon Marawi?
Hold on.
Sige, sir.
Brigadier General Restituto Padilla.
Thank you very much, sir. May I provide you the update for today? As of 7 p.m. of 7 September, the statistics that we have here are as follows. There have been 653 enemies killed. Those killed by the terrorists from the civilian sector as well as those rescued remains the same at 45 and 1,728 respectively. Recovered firearms have increased to 679. Government casualties, or those killed in action, remain at 145, thank God. Buildings that have been cleared recently number about 14. For the status of cash donations, as of 1 p.m. yesterday, those that were donated to men of the armed forces under Land Bank account number 552-107-128 remains at 38,124,273.23 centavos, while those that were donated for our Marawi IDPs stands at 989,215 pesos and 21 centavos.
Okay. On the Task Force Bangon Marawi, on September 2nd and 3rd, TFBM Executive Director Yusek Cesariano conducted a forum and dialogue with the IDPs in all the evacuation centers in Balui, Lanao del Norte. Engineers, health workers, and other technical experts joined the dialogue to monitor the services provided in the evacuation centers, especially the provision of water and electricity. As part of the ongoing psychosocial services for the IDPs, the second leg of the Bangon Marawi concert for the IDPs was held on September 6 at the Marawi City Provincial Capital and Sagyaran Evacuation Center, Lanao del Sur. Local singers from Marawi City, military mascots, and singers from the entertainment industry performed during the concert. While relief, distribution, and other interventions are going on, human recovery needs assessment has been concluded as part of the post-conflict needs assessment, the findings and analysis being finalized prior to its presentation in the TFBM Executive Committee. Lastly, as promised by Housing and Urban Development Coordinating Council Chair Eduardo Del Rosario, the construction of temporary shelters in the 9-hectare transitional shelter site provided by the Marawi City government will start today. The team in charge has arrived in Marawi City yesterday to facilitate the necessary coordination for the start of the construction today. The end of statement from Yusek Toby Purisima. Sir, you have any?
Yes, sir. Other developments that I wish to share with you are as follows. First off, we have received information that our local crisis committee in Marawi, together with our task force group, Ranao, under General Ray, are working doubly hard to ensure the safety of some specific roadways that have figured in some incidents, particularly yesterday, when a member of a government agency was hit by a stray bullet. Hence, the gate of MSU, where this incident occurred, has been closed, and traffic along that thoroughfare has been rerouted to safer areas as a result of this development. Task Force Group Ranao has beefed up its forces in the area, especially around MSU, and will provide additional men to ensure the safety of our motorists and our residents in those particular areas that figured in the incident yesterday. Also suspended near that area is a private school. So no classes will be held in that private school near the gate in view of this development until such time that we can guarantee or ensure that no incident of this nature will happen again. However, classes and normalcy still remains inside the Marawi State University community, or Mindanao State University community, MSU community, and will continue because they are well secured in that area. Other developments that I wish to share, we got word from the commander on the ground, Lieutenant General Galvez, and as you have been hearing the last few days, they have reason to believe that only one of the Maute brothers remains in the fight, and this is Omar. The rest are believed to have been killed. But just the same, we need to, with finality and certainty, recover their bodies and subject them to DNA testing before a categorical statement can be issued. But information on the ground, along with those revelations from hostages who have gone out of the area and other information available to the troops, point to this development. The enemy now is still confined to an area that has been reduced to about 20 hectares. So 20 hectares of land area is where the enemy has been circulating around and still continuing their fight. Fighting has been very fierce. It has been at close quarter battle in the area. But our forces are determined and are focused to seek to end this rebellion as soon as possible. But the challenges still do remain with the following: the proliferation of IEDs in the area, other booby traps that have been laid along the way of the troops, the existence of a few snipers, and the existence of a few armed elements in specific areas that are in the vicinity or the peripheral areas of these areas that they still hold. No traffic has been monitored, however, in the lake areas and the entryways and access to the battle area. We will continue to guard, particularly these avenues of approaches, to guarantee what the Chief of Staff has recently said as a place that should be no way in and no way out. On another development, recent successes in Holo, Sulu, have been announced to media recently, and I'd just like to summarize this. In view of martial law, not only in Marawi are our operations ongoing. They are also ongoing in other areas such as Basilan with Joint Task Force Basilan, Joint Task Force Sulu under General Sobihana, and Joint Task Force Tawi-Tawi to prevent the abduction of mariners along the main sea routes as well as kidnapping incidents. And some of the most significant developments that have been noted, besides the good combat score the other day where 5 members of the ASG were killed, is another development only recently with the arrest of a man known as Miham Saham, 24 years old, who is from Barangay Bangkal, Patikul, Sulu. According to Commander Joint Task Force Sulu, Brigadier General Celito Sobihana, this person, Sahaman, is a member of the ASG under Dulan Sahiron and has worked closely with other sub-leaders such as Hairula Asbang and Al-Habsi Misaya. He was arrested with the following: the existence of improvised explosive devices such as ammonium nitrate, fuel oils, detonating cords, electrical wires, and electrical tape. So we may have preempted an attempt to lay down IEDs in the Sulu town area or municipal areas and other main supply routes. So this person is under the custody of the 45th IB at their headquarters and is undergoing debriefing. These are all I have for now because the other areas of Mindanao remain at their current state. Existence of checkpoints will be still employed and enforced to ensure that no armed elements will be able to penetrate or get to the main battle areas of Central Mindanao, particularly Marawi. That is all, sir. Thank you.
MPC questions? Maricel Halili, TV5.
Hi, sir. Good morning. Hello. Sir, good morning.
Good
Sir,
morning.
I'm just curious, how far is MSU from the main battle area? Because if the enemies are already confined in one area, what are the possible sources of the stray bullet?
You know, various firearms are existing within the main battle area. The MSU, by the way, remains unscathed because it was not part of the attack that was made by the terrorists or the rebels earlier on in the last few months. However, there have been a lot of cases of stray bullets getting in that direction, even if it is a number of kilometers away. I think it's about 2, if I'm not mistaken, or more. So the different calibers of firearms in the area may have been the cause or sources of all these stray bullets. It cannot be far-fetched also that there may be some elements who are sympathetic of the group, who have arms with them, who may have made it close to these areas and may have attempted to shoot at vehicles or innocent persons who are in the area. That is why, after the assessment of Task Force Group Ranao, as well as the local crisis committee of Marawi, it was decided to close these roadways until such time that we are sure no such incident will happen again.
And sir, what's our reminder to the people in MSU?
MSU is still secured by some of our forces. There are forces that are detailed there to conduct checkpoints and to ensure that no groups will be able to penetrate from a safe distance. So the advice to the MSU community is to keep away from that side of the compound. That is why we needed to close a private school near the area and the need to reroute traffic. So the advisory, they are all aware of the incidents yesterday and have been advised to keep away from that particular side of the compound. But other areas of the MSU compound remain normal.
Thank you, sir.
Questions, MPC? Tuesday New.
Sir, clarification lang. Kanina sabi niyo si Omar na lang ang natitira sa mga Maute brothers, the others are dead already. Yung sa kaso po ni Hapilon, paano niyo masasabi na hanggang ngayon buhay pa siya? Ano yung mga indicators na nasabi na nandun pa siya sa lugar?
Tuesday, bukod kay Omar, totoo na si Hapilon ay kasama dun sa mga buhay pa, kasama pa dito sa Bakbakan. May mga nakuha kaming salaysay sa mga nanggaling sa loob ng mga hostages na nakatakas ng mga nakaraang linggo na nagpapatibay na siya ay naroroon pa. Bagamat may mga lumalabas na mga bali-balita na siya daw ay nakita o maaaring nakatakas na at nasa labas na ng Marawi. Pero hindi po totoo yan. Kasi pag oras na ginawa po niyan, tinalikuran niya po yung mga kasamahan niya na nasa loob ng Marawi na patuloy pa nakikipagbakan at magiging sampal po sa kanya yan at hindi na po siya kikilalaning isa sa mga leader ng grupo. So malayo pong mangyayari. Kaya naniniwala po kami na nariyan pa rin kasama po yung mga kasamahan niya. Madami na pong mga sugatan sa kanila at hindi namin alam kung mga pumanaw na ito. Pero karamihan po dyan ay nagsusumikap na protektahan po itong dalawang leader na ito. Kaya nagiging maigting at mapusok ang mga naging labanan nitong mga nakaraang araw. Kasi habang tayo po'y palapit na palapit sa mga lugar na kinaroroonan nila, sisikapin po na nila italagang ipagtanggol itong mga leader nila. Dahil isa pa, ang nagtumatayong parang emir nila dyan ay itong si Hapilon.
Yes, sir. Sa tansya po ng ating mga sundalo sa ground, ilan pa po ba sila doon sa loob ng Marawi?
Unang-una, talagang sa paulit-ulit na pinapaliwanag, hindi po talaga natin batid yung eksaktong bilang. Pero sa mga naging bakbakan nitong mga nakaraang linggo, ang paniniwala po ng ating mga tropa batay sa mga naging feedback ng ating mga gumagalaw na pwersa dyan, ay humigit kumulang nasa 40 hanggang 50 pa sila na patuloy na nakikipagbakbakan. So, yan po ay bilang na estimate lamang, kaya hindi po eksakto ito. Sa panig naman po ng mga bihag, ang huling ulat po na nakuha natin ay maaring may 20 to 30 pa na mga bihag na hawak nila.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, question MBC, Laila Salaveria.
Good morning, sir. Sir, according to reports, the administration is planning to seek a supplemental budget to give additional funds to the AFP for the fighting in Marawi. Do you have a rough estimate of how much you would need for Marawi?
I don't have the figures exactly, but as each day passes, that is true. The cash register clicks, no? So sa patuloy sa araw-araw na nagiging bakbakan dyan, talagang nagiging magastos para sa ating pamahalaan. Kaya minarapat ng ating gobyerno na palitan o bigyan ng karagdagang pondo ang AFP para makuha natin ang ating mga kinakailangan para ipagpatuloy itong labanan na to. Noong huling estimate na ibinigay ng ating kalihim ng tanggulang pambansa, ang kanya pong binigay na bilang ay estimate lamang na nasa humigit kumulang 3 bilyon na yung nagagastos natin dito. So ito po ay 3 bilyon yung binigay niya. You may refer to that statement of the Secretary, and those were based on the earlier reports of estimates on the ground of how much we have spent. Now, on the amount that will be provided by government, I understand, I don't have the exact figure again, no? But I understand that the intent is to replenish our much needed requirements. So sa bawat araw na tumatagal, siyempre kinakailangan natin magdala pa ng karagdagang bala, karagdagang mga ordnance na ginagamit natin dito. Kasama na dyan ang tinatawag nating pool of fuel, oil, and lubricants na para tumakbo ang ating mga armored vehicles, mga sasakyan at iba pang gamit.
So generally for additional ammunition and then...
Opo, yan ay para sa karagdagang bala, mga ordnance, mga gasolina para sa mga tangke, sa mga iba pang gamit nating para mag-transport at iba pa pong kagamitan. Kasi yung mga pagkain at iba pang supply tulad ng gamot, meron po tayo, angkop po ang ating mga supply at kasama na dyan yung mga patuloy na nanggagaling po sa ating mga kababayan na kanilang dinodonate. Kaya diretso po yan pumupunta sa ating mga tropa at sa mga ospital na kanilang kinaroroonan.
Sir, how about the personnel? Are the soldiers enough? I mean, are we not stretched thin because we're also taking care of the situation in the
the array of forces on the ground are adequate, and we rely on the assessment and the recommendations of the ground commanders. The ground commander that is directly involved in this fight at the moment is our forces from many of our task groups. And they are the ones who are recommending what number of forces they need. And they have enough forces there to continue with this battle. Kung meron man silang pangangailangan, ipinagbibigay alam po nila yan sa ating hepe, kay Chief of Staff, through General Galvez, ang kanilang commander dyan. At yan po ay kaagarang binibigyan po ng lunas. Pero sa kasalukuyan, hindi pa po na kinakailangan dahil angkop pa po yung mga puwersa.
Thank you.
Okay. Dexter?
Sir, for clarification lang, ilan lahat yung Maute brothers na tumatayong leader ng Maute group?
Sa aming pagkakaalam, mga 7 magkakapatid yan. Lahat po ay involved sa grupo. At sa aking nga pong nasabi kanina, ang paniniwala po ng ating mga tropa sa baba ay nag-iisa na lang yung tumatayong nagdedirect pa dyan ng bakbakan at yung iba ay napatay na.
The rest the rest yung 6.
Yes,
Wala nang
yes. Wala na
sightings
po.
na buhay sila.
Wala na
General clarification lang dun sa figures natin. Natanong ko na rin ito before, yung sa mga yung mga houses na cleared,
Yes, yes.
may total running number ba tayo ng houses na cleared kasi parang lumalabas na every other day 14 may impression kasi na baka mamaya yung na-clear nung nakaraang araw baka nakuha ulit ng kalaban kaya kailangan i-clear kaya pa iba-iba yung numbers.
Kanina, sa huling binigay na datos ni General Galvez sa akin, sa kanilang pag-update ng figures, nasa less than 400 na lang yung kanilang kailangan i-clear. Kung pag sinabi nating buildings to be cleared, no, sama-sama na dyan ang malalaking gusali, multi-story buildings, kasama na rin dyan ang maliliit na mga gusali, maaring bungalow na bahay, two-story na bahay, at mga iba pang installation na nakatayo pa rin dun sa loob. So, it is not a particular description of the kind of installation or facility or building. So, when we say buildings, it pertains to both one-story facilities or houses and commercial type buildings that are existing in the area. Yung lugar na kinaroroonan ng kalaban sa kasalukuyan, nandyan po yung natitirang pinakamatibay ng mga gusali. Yung mataas na building na kanilang patuloy na ginagamit noon. Meron pa siya isang lugar dyan na 4-story building, kung hindi ako nagkakamali, nariyan pa rin po yan sa loob. So yun pa yung mga bahagi ng mga gusali na kailangan pang i-clear. At nung mga nakaraang linggo, sa pag-advance natin, mabilis po nating pinapasok kasing lugar. Ang nagki-clear ng mga iniiwanang building ay yung mga sumusunod na tinatawag nating follow-on forces. So sila po ang naatasan na mag-clear. Kasama na po dyan yung mga eksperto sa mga bomba na maghahanap po ng mga IED, mga hindi pumutok na mga ordnance at iba pa po mga bagay na makikita nila na maaaring makasakit sa ating mga kasamahan at sa mga sibilyan. So those are the things that they do on a continuing basis. And recently, I heard that pagkatapos ng isang pasada, pinapasadahan pa po ng isang beses para lang makasigurado. At pag nakuha na, ito po'y binabantayan na ng mga rear forces para hindi po mabalikan ng kalaban.
If I remember it right, nung mga naunang buwan ng briefing, more than 2,000 houses ang kailangan i-clear. So, ibig sabihin na more than 1,000 na yung cleared.
Tama po. So, dun sa mga nauna pong mga figures, mahigit po sa 2,000 itong mga buildings na to. And we've been progressing so fast I think on the second month, we were able to clear 48, 50 houses expeditiously. Pero ngayon, dahil malapitan na ang labanan at maingat tayo na pumapasok, ang nakiklear na lang natin ay 7, o wala pang 10 kung minsan, pero kahapon mabilis po tayo nakapag-clear ng mahigit sa 10. So maayos naman po natin na ito patutupad dito. Ang kahirapan dito kasi kailangan maintindihan nyo, no? Pagpasok mo sa isang gusali, hindi mo ganap na masasabing cleared na yan dahil madaming kwarto, madaming lagusan. At karamihan po ng kanilang pinagpupugaran ay mga gusali na may mga foundation, may mga basement. At yung inyong naririnig kung merong bang tunnel sa ilalim nitong mga gusali o mga building na to, totoo po yun. There are some buildings and some facilities that have tunnels, which becomes a network or a labyrinth of sorts that they use for escaping, for hiding, for surviving through the bombing runs that are being conducted. Kaya kung nagtatanong po karamihan, bakit matibay po sila, patuloy pa silang nabubuhay, binomba na po at halos sira na po yung buong Marawi. Kasi po, malalim po yung mga pundasyon ng mga bahay dyan at may mga paghahanda po dyan na may mga bomb shelters. So, pag mientras may narinig silang eroplano, takbuhan na po yan parang mga daga, magtatago po sa mga sulok-sulok ng ilalim ng mga bahay na usali na to.
Sir, last na lang sa aking part. May nabanggit kasi si Pangulo nung nakaraan, nung pumunta siya sa TESDAT, binanggit, or before pa, bago siya pumunta doon, last week or the other week, na ipapadala yung mga bomb experts from Davao? Dumating ba sila sa Marawi, sir? Ito yung mag-ayos sa mga
may
IEDs.
mga karagdagan pong tinatawag nating EOD experts na tumutulong sa atin. May mga puwersa na po kasi tayo dyan na mga galing po sa EOD units natin. EOD stands for Explosive Ordnance and Detonation. Okay? So sila po yung maghahanap ng mga hindi pumutok na bomba, naghahanap ng mga patibong na mga IED, at sila po ang mag-defuse o magdi-disarm. Kung hindi nila magawa yan, papasabugin nila yan dun sa lugar. So may mga eksperto po tayo sa military, may mga eksperto po tayo sa pulis. So ang dumagdag pong mga puwersa galing po sa mga pulis. Nagdagdag po ang kapulisan para tumulong. Pero hindi naman po natin pwedeng hatakin lahat ng mga pulis sa iba't ibang lugar dahil kinakailangan din sila sa mga lugar na yan.
Okay, thank you, Dexter. Last two questions, Tuesday, then Pia.
General Padilla. Sir, kahapon lumabas yung ulat na allegedly may tangkang seeking for a negotiation itong si dating Marawi City Mayor Omar Solitario. Yung text message po niya kay Secretary Dureza, kailan po yun na-receive? Is this the reason po kung bakit kinancel yung unang pinagbigyan sana na temporary pass?
Unang-una po, nais kong ipabatid sa lahat na itong si Solitario ay dapat hindi tinatratong seryoso. Kasi ito po'y supporter, matagal na ng mga bandido dyan sa loob ng Marawi. At dapat nga po ituloy yung pag-aresto sa kanya dahil isa po siya sa mga nag-instigate ng mga nangyayari ngayon dyan. So, the Chief of Staff, in fact, conveys this message. And just give me a second just to get this statement. So, officially, the Armed Forces has expressed its position, and the Chief of Staff conveys that we stand by the policy of no negotiation with whatever terrorist groups there are, particularly in this case. So whatever this guy is saying is not true. That's what the Chief of Staff said. And he said, malapit na po nating matapos ang crisis doon and we will neutralize all remaining armed members of this Maute group inside Marawi. Any negotiation will just prolong the conflict and resurrect these enemies, which is the same case that has happened in previous incidents. Huwag na tayong magpaloko dito sa taong ito na si Solitario kasi ang ginagawa niya lang ay gusto niyang isalba yung kanyang sariling leeg. Or he wants to save his neck and he's looking for ways to provide himself the ability to escape liabilities for the crimes that he has committed. So he's trying to play it up. How could he say that the Maute ISIS group is not the problem? Sinasabi niya kasi hindi yun ang problema eh. That would be an insult to the armed forces and our heroes. There are 145 lives who have been sacrificed, who have given their all. And a lot of our wounded who remain in the hospital. This is only on the part of the armed forces. Isa pa dyan, we must hold him accountable also for the lives of the civilians who have been lost in the area. So let us not allow ourselves to be duped. Give your armed forces and your police the chance to finish the problem there because this is like a cancer cell. Para po itong cancer. Kung hindi po natin makuha ang kaisa-isang natitirang elemento dyan, parang cancer po ito na maaaring mabuhay at magpatuloy. Kaya kinakailangan, parang sa pagtrato ng cancer, bawat cell na naiiwan dyan ay kailangan mabigyan natin ng lunas. Kaya hindi po tayo bibitaw dito. Tatapusin po natin ito sa tamang paraan.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, last question, Pia Gutierrez.
Hi, sir. Sir, clear ko lang po, yung supplemental budget that we are expecting from government, is that to specifically fund the requirements for Marawi?
Yes, greatly in part because we have been provided a budget for the year for our regular and normal operations. But Marawi is like a crisis that has come out that will be provided for by our contingencies. And in order to prepare for any other contingencies, we need to replenish our funds. So we went beyond our contingencies already. So we need to replenish them and keep our stocks of much-needed armaments, ammunition, equipment maintenance items, so that in the event of any crisis, we will still be able to sustain whatever requirements we need.
Sir, tanong ko lang magkano po yung supplemental budget and how long would that budget fund the requirements of the AFP for Marawi in the event na tumagal pa po itong krisis na ito?
Yung immediate requirements po kasi yung pampalit lang dun sa nagastos para makabili po tayo at makakuha tayo. Dahil alam nyo, yung proseso ng procurement sa atin matagal eh. Kaya mabuti na may mga aliado tayong bansa na tumutulong na nagbibigay po sa atin ng kinakailangan natin, pero hindi po dumadaan sa matagal na proseso na yun dahil may mga kasunduan tayo. It's like a government-to-government arrangement that allows us to get much-needed requirements but in a very, very short period of time, which is allowable under our laws and in their laws. Ngayon, yung sa amount, hindi ko batid kasi nag-a-adjust po eh. Nagbigay po ng amount. Ang huli po naming nalaman, mahigit 1 billion yung unang hiningi para po punuan yung nawala na sa atin ng mga naubos ng kagamitan at may kasunod pa yon na hindi ko po batid yung alam na halaga. Kukunin ko po yan at bibigay ko sa inyo.
Pero just to be clear, sir, yung 3 billion na nagastos na natin, contingency fund po yun ng AFP?
Combined, MOE, contingency fund at saka yung regular budgets natin.
Sir, last na lang, what about yung funding for our other operations? Kumusta naman, sir?
Patuloy pa naman kasi hindi naman natin ginagalaw yung mga normal na operasyon sa ibang lugar. Guarding our territorial areas, our sovereignty, we have forces deployed in the West Philippine Sea. We have forces deployed all over Mindanao to address the local communist movement in the eastern Mindanao side, the other local terrorist groups in Basilan, Tawi-Tawi, and Jolo, in other parts of Maguindanao, Cotabato, and other parts of the Philippines. So meron tayong mga pwersa sa Luzon, sa Kabisayaan, sa Southern Luzon, Palawan. Lahat po yan ay suportado ng regular budget pa rin.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, last pala, sorry Hannah.
Reported po, may na-report po yesterday, sir, na nahuli ng Singaporean national na nais pumunta ng Marawi para lumesbak, tumulong dun sa ISIS sa Marawi crisis. Meron po, ano mong efforts na ginagawa natin, sir? May mga, baka hindi natin alam, nakakalusot po sa immigration ng mga foreign fighters po. May mga reports po ba tayong natatanggap na ganun, sir? And ano po yung ginagawa nating hakbang na yung sinabi niyo before na palakasin yung Bureau of Immigration? Ano na po nangyari dun, sir?
I think we have provided our inputs for the strengthening of some of our laws at saka yung borders natin. So kasama sa border strengthening natin, dapat palakasin natin yung mga Bureau of Immigration post. Yung regular na normal na pasukan na kung saan pinoproseso yung pagpasok ng mga banyaga at ng mga iba nating mga kababayan. We've voiced out our concerns and it has reached the BID for one, also the DILG for some, and this interagency effort is continuing. But there are some that needs to be coursed through some legislation, amendment of some laws and the like. And the Department of National Defense has communicated with all these agencies, other departments, to effect this. So madami kasi yun kaya hindi po natin malam. So may kanya-kanyang effort po sa BID, may kanya-kanyang effort po sa local government at saka sa iba pang mga agencies.
Pero wala po tayong natatanggap po na ulat, sir, na may mga foreign fighters na nakakarating pa po ng Marawi para tumulong?
Wala naman. We get information but we need to validate them. And per validation, we are not aware of any successful entry of foreigners in the area. But katulad nga ng sabi ni General Anyo noong 2 weeks ago, ang ating polisiya ngayon na pinatutupad ng ating mga tropa dyan ay no way in, no way out. So talagang matindi ang pagbabantay.
Okay, thank you, Hannah. Thank you, Brigadier General Restituto
Maraming
Padilla.
salamat po.
Presidential Spokesperson Ernesto Abela.
A bit of good news on the rescue of the 2 Indonesian hostages. We welcome the news that our troops have rescued 2 Indonesian hostages from the hands of the ASG after an encounter in Sulu yesterday. Our operations against the members of the ASG remain focused and intense, especially as they continue their acts of violence and terrorism. On the Senate investigation of teenage suspect slays, we are one with the public in condemning the suspicious deaths of Carl Angelo Arnaiz and Renato de Guzman. The executive, through the Philippine National Police, will cooperate with the Senate investigation and any other investigations called for. Rogue cops, if and when allegations are proven true, have no place in an institution like the Philippine National Police, and we need everyone's full support and cooperation as we continue to cleanse its ranks. Regarding the efforts to implicate Vice Mayor Paulo Duterte, we thank the Blue Ribbon Committee for giving Vice Mayor Duterte and Attorney Carpio the chance to debunk baseless allegations. While nearly all senators showed respect for truth and reason, we caution against a particular one who made baseless claims of purported bank accounts and body markings, and then prodded witnesses to disprove his claims, instead of presenting validating proofs. These tactics have been foisted on public and media time and again, and the only way to stop this is to demand proof from anyone making baseless claims. Regarding ASEC Mocha performing in a casino, the law is clear, and Secretary Andanar has discussed with ASEC Uson why we must discourage her from performing in casinos. Though we understand that she may have to fulfill a certain contract. However, she is certainly free to continue to perform in other venues not restricted for government officials and personnel. Rightly or wrongly, casinos tend to convey extravagance and questionable ethical practices in the public mind. Hence, those in government must avoid being seen in such places. Regarding immunity for the Marcoses, it is good that these concerns are being raised, that this is precisely why the President made public the overtures from the Marcos family and has asked Congress to deliberate the matter and to come up with legislation giving authority and guidelines. This measure will ensure that negotiations abide by the law and advance the national interest and the demands of justice. One major issue our esteemed lawmakers shall have to deliberate is whether it's better to continue current efforts to regain what rightfully belongs to government, now going on for 31 years, or to negotiate a settlement that would obtain billions of pesos for the nation's use now. The President has apparently left that decision to our legislators, and the government will proceed only after Congress enacts a measure authorizing negotiations and setting parameters on the conduct of peace, on the conduct of talks, and the eventual disposition of recovered assets. Regarding Makabayan, bolting the coalition, we do hope the Makabayan bloc will stay with the administration and the House majority. However, if they do decide to go, we wish them well, and we hope that they will remain open to working together with others on issues of shared interest. End of statement.
Laila Salaveria.
Good morning, sir.
Yes,
Sir, has the President received an invitation to the commemoration of the 100th birthday of Ferdinand Marcos at Libingan ng mga Bayan?
If you're asking whether he received an invitation, I'm not aware of that. However, he will be in Davao
On Monday?
on Monday, as far as I know,
So he's not expected to show up?
unless he bilocates.
Thank you.
MBC questions? Hannah Sancho.
Sir, just to clarify.
Yes, ma'am.
Sino po si particular one?
You don't need to clarify anything.
Pero sir, yung regarding po dun sa Marcos, sakaling pong i-invite po, possible po na pumunta si Pangulo sa Monday po. Or para, kasi yung issue din dun sa negotiation, mas maganda na hindi na lang pumunta yung Pangulo.
I cannot speculate on your question. However, as far as I know, he will not be in Manila.
Okay, JP?
Sir, the Commission on Elections announced the filing of candidacies for barangay elections starting today. Sir, can we just get a clear position of the palace in case on the filing of elections?
As of this-
filing of candidacy of election.
Regarding the what?
Filing of candidacies.
Filing what? We will have to clarify that with the Office of the President. We will get back to you.
Then, sir, on Trillanes lang. Sir, there was an issue yung nang sa tattoo. Sir, could the Vice Mayor could have easily debunked the allegations by Senator Trillanes by possibly showing his back tattoo?
All we can say is he chose not to expose his body, right?
Thank you, sir.
Okay, last question, Dexter, to be followed by Pia. Vanessa.
Hi, Yusek. Good afternoon. Yusek, alam naman natin si Pangulo minsan madalas pag gumagawa ng desisyon ay hinihingi yung opinion o rekomendasyon ng kanyang mga opisyal. Kung kayo po ay matatanong, would you recommend kung pupunta siya dadalo sa commemoration ng birthday ni dating Pangulong Marcos?
Wala po siya natatanong sa akin.
Kung sakali, sir, na
Saka na po.
opinion.
Saka
What
na
would
po.
be your
Me?
recommendation?
Well, I would always go by, being the spokesperson, I would always go by his decision.
Okay, thank you, Dexter. Perez, and then Lanesca.
Sir, ano po yung mga naging konsiderasyon ni President Duterte in declaring sa holiday in Ilocos Norte yung birthday ni former President Marcos, considering that this is a very polarizing and sensitive issue?
As far as I know, this is a one-off event in consideration that this is centennial. It's the 100th birthday, so it's a one-off, just a one-off permission.
Okay, thank you. Last, Lanesca.
Sir, good morning po.
Yes, ma'am.
About the teenage slays
Opo.
recently, the President said that 2 killings don't make a policy.
I think he said one. Don't make a...
No,
okay,
2.
two
He
things,
said
yeah.
to Kian and Carl with the discovery of the remains of De Guzman and other
Yes, ma'am.
teenagers being found dead in other parts of the country. How would the palace describe our current situation? Is this a crisis? Is this do we blame the rogue cops? How do we, if this is not a policy, how do we describe it?
It needs to be investigated to actually determine what seems to be behind these events. It needs to be investigated. Of course, it's of deep concern. Like we said earlier, any death, any violent, even just one single violent death is a call for concern, especially with the younger ones. As we all know, the President is very concerned and deeply protective of the next generation.
So, sir, is this a crisis in the PNP or?
I don't know if you
Not.
call it a crisis, but of course it's a deep concern. If you consider crisis, it's something like pestilence. These are huge droughts. Those are crises. But this is of growing concern.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Presidential
Thank you, sir.
Spokesperson.
Meron ba?
May question
Yes,
ka
ma'am.
pa? O sige, last. Kay Hannah.
Sir, patanong po, sir. Ano pong pwedeng mensahe ng palasyo dun sa mga magulang po na may mga anak na 14 years old or mga menor de edad na natatakot po dahil dun sa ilang mga kabataan na biglang nawawala at nababalitaan na lang nilang tinapon sa ilog o nasa funeral parlor. Number 1, ito yung ipinangako ni Pangulong Duterte nung panahon ng kampanya that yung mga minor de edad, they can walk sa streets na very safe. So ano pong mensahe ng palasyo sa kanila?
Masabi po siguro natin is that as far as we can, we try to maintain more solid family relationships, to be more careful, in terms of the children's activities, and And again, as reminded, to keep them away, to make sure that they are kept away from questionable activities, to warn them again and again, not to be physically near, not to entertain suspicious activities, or even companions. To be careful.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Presidential Spokesperson Ernesto Abella. Thank you, Brigadier General Restituto Padilla. Thank you, Malacañang Press Corps. Back to our main studio sa Radyo Pilipinas and PTV.